I think you have cloned the project file which I have shared with you. So now it's time that we go and implement the home screen. So at first we're gonna implement the app bar and the way to button of our writer home screen. So here, as you can see, our project is entirely blank. So we'll go with the stateful widget here and name it Uber. And here we will return material app. Home gonna be, so let's add the home a little later. Here we will be going with theme data, app bar theme. Here we're gonna introduce app bar theme. Color, it's gonna be white, and elevation, it's gonna be 0. So as you can see, we do have a red mark here in white. So what we'll do is import our colors dart file. So if you open lib folder, you will find that there are multiple folders: common, constants, driver, rider. So our entire project is going to be implemented in MVC structure, that is model, view, controller. So let's see what is model, what is view, and what is controller. So basically in view, we're gonna store all of our screens and UI related stuff. In models, we're gonna introduce and store our class models, and in controller we're gonna write our state management and CRUD operation codes. So if we go to constants, you can see that we have a folder here, utils and the colors. So we do need to import this colors file here. So we will click on white and import it. Yeah, now it's good. So now we will go to writer section, view, and introduce a new folder that is going to be home screen. Let's add a new file naming writer home screen dot. We will import a stateful widget and name it writer home screen. And here we will return a scaffold. Now it's time that we introduce our app bar here. So let's introduce the app bar. And here in the title section, we're gonna go with text, and it's going to be Uber, and we do need to add styling for our text. So it's gonna be app bar text styles heading 20 bold. So now you'll be thinking like that, okay, where did I import this text style from? So in the utils section, in constant utils, we do have another file that is text styles. So here we have already introduced necessary text styles. So as you can see, we have text styles for different font sizes and, like, you can say different font family. Here we do have the medium font. Here we do have the bold font. So just give a quick look, nothing too complex here. It's just simple. We are introducing the font size, you are introducing the font width, and we are introducing the font family. So Uber uses basically two font families, that is Uber Move Medium and Uber Move Bold. So it's been already added inside the font section of our assets, and in PubSpec YAML, we've already introduced those fonts. So nothing too much, just have a look, you will get all of them. So now it's time we run our app and have a look like what we have implemented. So in the home section, I'm gonna call writer home screen. Come up here, save it, and here we will go with body. So now it's time that we implement the where to button. So here in body I will pass a list view. So now let's implement the list view here. We will first introduce padding, and it's gonna be edge insets dot symmetric, horizontal gonna be 3.w, and vertical it's gonna be 2.h. And now we will be going with physics. So we will introduce const bouncing scroll physics. Shrink wrap, it's gonna be true. And at last we will be going with the children. So the first thing which we're gonna implement here is that we do have a container inside which we do have a search icon and the where to text. So let's introduce the container here. Container padding edge insets dot symmetric, horizontal it's gonna be 3.w, vertical it's gonna be 1.h. and here we have to go with decoration, box decoration. So why do we need this box decoration here? As you can see that we have a beautiful curved border here, circular border. So for this we need to implement the decoration thing. Let's save it. Decoration here will be border radius dot circular, it's gonna be 50.sp. and the next color is gonna be gray shade 3. Yeah, so another thing you might be thinking like that, what is this 3.w 1.h? So in the packages in PubSpec YAML we will find that we have a package here named sizer. So basically in general what we do is that we go with numbers instead, like suppose 100, or you can say 20, 120 pairing, 20 pairing. So basically these are fixed, so it basically don't change with the change in screen height or width. So basically what the sizer package does is that it dynamically assigns height and width according to the screen size of the user. So basically whatever the screen size, it will go with 3% of the width. Like in horizontal padding it will arrange 3% of the width of the screen, and for vertical padding it will give 1% of the screen height. So instead of some static data we are going with dynamic data, or you can say dynamic height and width. So it's very necessary to make our app responsible. So here we have done this beautiful UI. Now it's time we go with the icon and the text. So let's introduce child, and here it will be a row, children, and it's going to be icons dot search, and the color going to be black 87, and the size is going to be 4.h. Now it's time we give a little bit of spacing in between. So I will introduce sized box of width 5.w, and then it's time we go with the text, that is where to. So where to. Now it's time we also introduce styling for our text. Style, let's arrange it. Okay, we don't need to add style, then we can arrange it. So the style we're gonna give is app textiles dot body 14 bold. Yeah, let's add commas and save. Okay, so now it's been arranged. Yeah, as you can see, here is our way to button codes. So let's run our app inside our emulator. We'll go to main, save it, home. We have this writer screen, const. Yeah, let's run our app. Okay, so before we run our app, we do need to introduce the sizer package here, because we have used, but we didn't introduce the sizer here. So return sizer, it's gonna be context, and here we have to return our material app. Yeah, it's good. Now let's run the app. And here we do have the beautiful way to button. So you can see there is a label here, debug. So to remove this, we will go to material app, debug, show check banner, check mode banner. We will make it false and save it. And yeah, it's good to go.